What happens when a global pop icon sits down on a daytime talk show expecting a warm conversation, and instead finds herself repeatedly talked over, cut off, and subtly dismissed on live television? Make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks, and like and comment for more talk show coverage. Whoopi leans forward with a smile that feels practiced, the kind audiences recognize instantly. All right, we're back, and joining us today is Grammy-winning artist, actress, producer, Ariana Grande. Thank you for being here. The audience applauds loudly. Ariana smiles, hands folded neatly in her lap, nodding as she waits for the noise to settle. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Joy jumps in before Whoopi can finish her next thought. Now, Ariana, I want to start right away because... Ariana's smile holds, but her eyes flick briefly toward Whoopi, then back to Joy. Joy continues. There's been a lot of conversation about celebrities speaking on social issues lately, and I just have to ask, do you ever feel like maybe pop stars are overstepping into areas they're not exactly? Sunny cuts in. Qualified for? Joy snaps her fingers. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The audience murmurs. A few claps, a few groans. Ariana inhales softly. Well, I think. Joy interrupts immediately. Because when you have millions of followers, that's influence, and influence without. Ariana gently lifts her hand. If I could just... Joy keeps talking. Context or education can be dangerous. Whoopi raises her hand slightly. Hold on, Joy, let her finish. Joy waves it off. I'm just setting it up. Ariana shifts in her seat, posture still composed, but the tension is visible. I actually think being a human being comes before being a pop star. And when something affects people's lives... Joy cuts in again. But see, that's the problem. Ariana pauses. The audience notices. A few audible ohs. She smiles, but it's tighter now. I wasn't finished. The audience claps, a bit louder this time. Joy blinks. Okay, go ahead. Ariana nods. Thank you. What I was saying is, when issues affect marginalized communities, women, LGBTQ people, people like me and people I love, I don't see that as overstepping. I see it as participating in society. Applause breaks out. Whoopi nods approvingly. Joy leans back, arms crossed slightly. But don't you think sometimes it comes off as preachy? Ariana opens her mouth, but Joy keeps going. Like you're telling people how to think. Ariana exhales through her nose, then looks directly at Joy. No, I think it comes off as honest. And honesty isn't preachy just because it makes people uncomfortable. The audience reacts with a mix of applause and murmurs. Sunny smiles faintly. That's a fair point. Joy leans forward again. But here's the thing. Ariana tilts her head. Joy, can I answer one question at a time? The audience laughs nervously. Joy looks slightly taken aback. I'm just trying to have a conversation. Ariana keeps her voice calm. So am I. Conversations usually involve letting someone finish a sentence. A loud gasp ripples through the crowd, followed by applause. Whoopi interjects quickly. All right, let's keep it moving. Joy shakes her head. I'm not interrupting, I'm engaging. Ariana looks down for a second, then back up. It doesn't feel that way from this side of the table. The room goes quiet for a beat. Whoopi clears her throat. Ariana, you've also been open about mental health. Joy jumps in again. Which is another thing celebrities talk about constantly now. Ariana looks straight at Joy, her patience visibly thinning. Joy. Joy stops mid-sentence. Yes. Ariana's voice is still controlled, but firmer now. Please stop interrupting me. The audience erupts. Applause, whistles, a few people standing. Joy's eyes widen. Excuse me? Ariana doesn't raise her voice. I came here to have a conversation, not to fight for airtime. Sunny leans back, clearly surprised. Okay. Whoopi lifts her hands. Let's take a breath. Joy scoffs lightly. Well, this is live television. Ariana nods. Exactly. And live television should still be respectful. Applause again louder. Joy leans toward Ariana. I've been doing this for decades. Ariana meets her gaze. And I've been learning how to speak up for myself my entire life. The audience reacts strongly. A few hums echo. Whoopi tries to soften the moment. Ariana, talk about why mental health advocacy matters to you. Ariana turns to Whoopi gratefully. Thank you. It matters because I've lived it. Because silence nearly broke me. And when I talk about it, I'm not doing it as a celebrity. I'm doing it as a person who survived. Joy opens her mouth again. Ariana glances at her. Please. Joy closes it. The audience laughs, then applauds. Ariana continues, more confident now. If sharing my experience helps one person feel less alone, then it's worth any criticism. Sunny nods. I think a lot of people connect with that. Joy sighs. I just worry about misinformation. Ariana responds immediately. Then challenge misinformation. Don't dismiss voices because they come from women or entertainers. The crowd reacts sharply to that. Applause swells. Joy shifts in her chair. That's not what I meant. Ariana holds her gaze. It may not be what you meant, but it's how it lands. A pause settles over the table. Cameras linger. Producers are likely scrambling. Whoopi finally smiles. Well, this is definitely a conversation. The audience laughs, still buzzing. Ariana exhales, shoulders relaxing slightly. And I'm glad it is. I just want the same space to speak that everyone else has. Joy nods slowly, not fully conceding, but quieter now. All right, the tension doesn't disappear, but something has shifted. The audience can feel it. Ariana sits taller, no longer shrinking herself. And the panel knows this interview has already gone somewhere unexpected. The audience settles a little, but the energy in the room hasn't cooled. If anything, it's sharper now. You can feel people leaning in, waiting to see who speaks first, who pushes back, who loses patience. Whoopi adjusts her glasses and lets out a small chuckle that doesn't quite land. All right, we're going to keep this respectful and keep it moving. Ariana, you've been very open about setting boundaries lately, especially in your career. Is that something you're actively working on now? Ariana nods, grateful for the question. Yeah, absolutely. I think for a long time I was taught, directly and indirectly, that being agreeable was part of being successful, especially as a young woman in this industry. And eventually, you realize that constantly shrinking yourself doesn't actually keep the peace. It just exhausts you. The audience applauds softly, a supportive murmur rolling through the studio. Joy leans forward again, hands clasped. But isn't part of being on a panel show understanding that people are going to jump in? That's kind of the format. Ariana looks at Joy calmly. I understand overlapping conversation. That's different from being consistently cut off. Sunny raises her eyebrows slightly, glancing between them. Joy shakes her head. I interrupt everyone. Ariana responds without hesitation. And everyone doesn't experience it the same way. A ripple of reaction moves through the audience. A few claps break out before quickly stopping, like people aren't sure if they're allowed to yet. Whoopi steps in. Okay, but let's not make this personal. Ariana turns to Whoopi. I'm not making it personal. I'm explaining my experience. Joy exhales sharply. Well, sometimes experience isn't intention. Ariana nods. That's true, but impact still matters. The audience reacts louder this time. Applause, a few cheers. Someone whistles. Joy looks momentarily irritated. So now I'm impacting you negatively by talking? Ariana keeps her tone steady. By not letting me finish. Yes. There's a brief silence. Cameras linger on Joy's face. She presses her lips together. Sunny jumps in, trying to mediate. I think what Ariana's saying is something a lot of women deal with, being spoken over in professional spaces. Joy turns to Sunny. I'm a woman. Sunny nods. I know. That doesn't mean we can't also perpetuate it. The audience reacts strongly to that. Applause grows, sustained now. Joy laughs dryly. So now I'm the villain? Ariana looks genuinely surprised by the framing. No one called you that. I'm asking for basic respect. Whoopi raises both hands. All right. Let's reset for a second. Ariana takes a breath, her shoulders rising and falling slowly. I want to be clear. I respect this table. I respect debate. I just don't think debate requires domination. That line lands. The audience claps loudly. Joy shifts in her seat. Well, I come from a generation where we fought to be heard. We didn't worry so much about tone. Ariana nods thoughtfully. And I'm grateful for that fight. Truly. It's why I'm even sitting here. But progress also means learning when to listen. Another wave of applause. Joy opens her mouth, then pauses. For a moment, she actually waits. Ariana continues, encouraged. I've been in rooms where my opinions were ignored until a man repeated them. I've been told I'm emotional when I'm just passionate. So when it happens here live, in front of millions of people, it's hard not to speak up. The audience reacts audibly, a collective MM. Sunny leans forward. That resonates with a lot of people watching. Joy tilts her head. But isn't there a danger in reading too much into every interruption? Ariana responds quickly, but calmly. Not when it's a pattern. The audience gasps softly. Joy's eyebrows lift. A pattern? We've been talking for 10 minutes. Ariana meets her gaze. And I've been interrupted almost every time I start answering. The crowd reacts again louder. Applause, some laughter mixed in. Whoopi looks toward the camera briefly, then back at the table. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Ariana, you've talked about the pressure of public scrutiny. Joy cuts in instinctively. Which comes with fame. Ariana turns to her immediately, voice firmer now, no smile. Joy, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The audience erupts. Big applause. People stand up this time. Joy throws her hands up. I'm making a point. Ariana doesn't raise her voice. So am I. And I'm letting you finish yours. That gets one of the loudest reactions yet. Sunny covers her mouth briefly, clearly surprised by how blunt it's become. Whoopi sighs, half smiling, half stressed. Okay. Joy shakes her head, muttering, unbelievable. Ariana hears it. What's unbelievable is being asked to stay quiet while advocating for yourself. The room goes quiet again, heavier this time. Joy looks at Ariana, studying her. Do you think I'm trying to silence you? Ariana answers honestly. I think you're used to controlling the conversation. A collective gasp fills the studio. Joy leans back sharply. Wow. Whoopi steps in fast. All right, we're going to take a breath. Ariana holds up her hand gently, not aggressive, just firm. I'm okay. I just want to finish one thought. Whoopi nods. Go ahead. Ariana looks around the table, then out toward the audience. We talk a lot about empowering women, about giving women a voice. That can't only apply when the woman is saying something comfortable. Applause breaks out immediately, sustained and loud. Ariana continues. If a younger woman sits here and sees me get talked over without saying anything, what does that teach her? Sunny nods emphatically. Joy opens her mouth, then closes it again. Ariana notices. Thank you. The audience laughs and claps. Joy exhales, visibly restraining herself. I hear you. Ariana tilts her head. Do you? Joy hesitates. I hear that you feel disrespected. Ariana responds gently. I don't just feel it. It's happening. The audience reacts again, though slightly softer now, more thoughtful. Whoopi leans in. This is actually an important conversation. Joy nods reluctantly. Fine. Say what you want to say. Ariana takes another breath. What I want to say is this. Disagreement doesn't scare me. Criticism doesn't scare me. Being erased mid-sentence does. A hush falls over the studio. Even the crew seems still. Ariana finishes quietly. And I'm done accepting that. The audience rises into applause, longer this time. Some people stand. Others nod silently. Joy sits back, arms crossed, but she doesn't interrupt. And for the first time since the segment began, Ariana has the floor without having to fight for it. The applause slowly tapers off, but the atmosphere stays thick, like everyone knows this moment has crossed from uncomfortable into something bigger. Whoopi waits a beat longer than usual before speaking, letting the silence do some of the work. All right, she says carefully. This is clearly hitting a nerve for a lot of people. Ariana nods, hands clasped now, grounded. Because it's familiar. Joy shifts in her seat, uncrosses her arms, then crosses them again. I want to say something, she says, leaning forward. And I promise not to interrupt. A few laughs ripple through the audience. Ariana looks at her. Okay. Joy takes a breath. I'm not trying to erase you. I challenge people. That's my job. Ariana listens, expression neutral. Joy continues. And when I push back, it's not because you're a young woman or a pop star. I'd do the same to anyone. Ariana nods slowly. I believe that you believe that. The audience reacts with a low murmur. Joy frowns slightly. That sounds dismissive. Ariana responds evenly. It's not meant to be. It's me acknowledging your intention while still naming the outcome. Sunny leans in. That distinction matters. Joy looks at Sunny. I feel like I'm on trial. Whoopi jumps in. Nobody's putting you on trial. Ariana adds quietly. I'm not attacking you. I'm explaining why I spoke up. Joy exhales. It just feels like there's no room to make a mistake anymore. Ariana tilts her head. There's room to make mistakes. There just has to be room to hear about them. The audience applauds again, not explosive this time, but steady. Joy nods slowly, absorbing it. All right, so let me ask you this, without interruption. She glances around, almost daring herself. Do you think moments like this actually change anything? Or is it just a viral clip waiting to happen? The audience murmurs. Someone laughs knowingly. Ariana considers the question seriously. I think it can be both. And that doesn't cancel out the value. Joy raises an eyebrow. Even if it turns into people dragging everyone involved online? Ariana shrugs slightly. People are already doing that no matter what we say. The difference is whether someone watching feels seen. Sunny nods. That's important. Joy presses. But what about nuance? Social media doesn't care about nuance. Ariana meets her gaze. That's not a reason to stay silent on live television. Applause again. Whoopi looks out at the audience. I'm seeing a lot of nodding. The camera cuts back to the table. Joy sighs. When I was your age, if I spoke up like this, I would have been labeled difficult. Ariana responds softly. I already am. That lands hard. The audience reacts audibly, some clapping, some murmuring in sympathy. Joy looks at her more carefully now. Does that bother you? Ariana thinks. It used to. A lot. But I realized being easy cost me my voice. Sunny says quietly, that's real. Joy leans back, uncrosses her arms for good this time. I don't want to be part of that. Ariana looks genuinely surprised. Then this is a good place to start. The audience applauds again, warmer now. Whoopi smiles a little. This is actually turning into something. Joy gives a half smile. Don't get used to it. The audience laughs. Whoopi turns to Ariana. You've talked before about reclaiming your power after feeling controlled by public expectations. Does speaking up here feel like part of that? Ariana nods. Yes, because it's not scripted. It's not polished. It's me responding in real time to how I'm being treated. Joy interjects, then stops herself mid-word. Sorry. The audience bursts into laughter and applause. Ariana smiles just a little. Thank you. Joy chuckles despite herself. Old habits. Sunny smiles. That was growth. Joy points at Sunny. Don't push it. More laughter. Whoopi says, Ariana, do you ever worry that moments like this overshadow the work you actually came here to talk about? Ariana considers. I used to worry about that constantly, but I've learned that how we talk to each other is part of the work. Joy nods slowly. Fair. Ariana continues. If I promote a project while swallowing disrespect, that sends a message too. The audience reacts thoughtfully. Sunny adds, especially to young viewers. Joy looks out at the audience. I forget sometimes how many people are watching. Ariana responds gently. That's why I couldn't let it slide. Joy is quiet for a moment. Then she says, I'm not used to guests pushing back this hard. Ariana doesn't flinch. I'm not used to being interrupted this much. A beat. Then the audience laughs, breaking the tension. Joy laughs too, shaking her head. Touché. Whoopi claps her hands once. Okay, we're making progress. Joy looks at Ariana again. Can I ask you something honestly? Ariana nods. Yes. Joy asks, did you come in today expecting a fight? Ariana answers immediately. No. I came in expecting a conversation. Joy holds her gaze. And now? Ariana shrugs lightly. Now I'm having one. Applause again. Sunny leans back, smiling. This is actually refreshing. Joy nods. It is. Uncomfortable, but refreshing. Whoopi adds, that's television. Joy smirks. Unfortunately. The audience laughs. Ariana takes a breath, her tone softening just a bit. I want to say this too. I know this table has history. Strong voices built it. I'm not trying to dismantle that. Joy watches her carefully. Ariana continues. I'm asking for space within it. The room goes quiet again, but this time it's not tense. It's reflective. Joy nods slowly. That's reasonable. Ariana smiles faintly. Thank you. Whoopi looks relieved. All right, before we go to break. Joy lifts a finger, then stops, lowering it with a smile. Sorry. Habit. The audience laughs and applauds again. Whoopi laughs. We're all learning today. Joy looks at Ariana. You're tough. Ariana smiles back. So are you. Joy nods. Fair enough. The energy has shifted. It's not gone, not erased, but transformed. The argument has turned into something closer to understanding, even if imperfect. Whoopi looks into the camera. When we come back, we'll talk more with Ariana about her upcoming projects. And yes, she glances at Joy. We'll let her finish her answers. The audience erupts into applause as the segment heads toward break, buzzing not with scandal, but with the feeling that they've just witnessed something real unfold live on television. The show comes back from break to sustained applause, louder than before, the kind that feels earned rather than cued. Ariana sits a little more relaxed now, shoulders down, hands resting openly on the table. Joy takes a sip of water, glancing toward the audience as if recalibrating. Whoopi waits for the clapping to settle on its own. All right, Whoopi says, smiling carefully, we're back. And yes, we're still here with Ariana Grande. The audience cheers again. Whoopi turns to Ariana. You've handled yourself with a lot of honesty today. Let's talk about what you actually came here to share. You've been balancing music, acting, producing. What's exciting you most right now? Ariana nods, grateful for the shift. Honestly, the freedom. I'm finally in a place where I'm choosing projects because they resonate with me, not because they fit an expectation. Joy leans in slightly, then stops herself, leaning back again. The audience notices and chuckles. Ariana smiles at the sound. That awareness right there, that matters. Joy smiles back, a little sheepish. Point taken. Ariana continues. For a long time, I felt like I had to be one version of myself. And now I'm allowing myself to evolve, publicly and privately. Sunny nods. There's power in that. Whoopi adds, and courage. Joy clears her throat. I want to say something. She pauses, waiting. Whoopi gestures. Go ahead. Joy looks at Ariana. I may not always agree with you, but I respect that you didn't shrink yourself today. The audience applauds warmly. Ariana meets her eyes. Thank you. That means more than you know. The conversation moves more smoothly now. There are still strong opinions, still pushback, but the rhythm has changed. Interruptions are fewer. Pauses are respected. When Ariana speaks, she's allowed to finish. As the segment wraps, Whoopi smiles into the camera. Ariana Grande, everyone. The audience stands. Applause fills the studio. Ariana waves, genuinely this time, then turns to the panel. Thank you for having me. Joy nods. Thank you for checking me. Ariana laughs softly. Thank you for listening. The camera's cut, but the energy doesn't disappear. Staff members move in. Microphones come off. Someone from production whispers something urgently to Whoopi. Ariana stands, stretching slightly, exhaling like someone who's been holding their breath longer than they realized. Joy approaches her off camera. You all right? Ariana nods. Yeah, I am now. Joy hesitates, then adds. You were right to say something. Ariana smiles. So were you for staying. They share a brief, quiet moment before being pulled in different directions. Within minutes of the show ending, phones across the studio buzz. Clips are already circulating. Short videos of Ariana saying, please stop interrupting me, rack up views by the thousands, then millions. Twitter explodes. TikTok stitches pop up instantly. Instagram comments flood in. Some headlines frame it as a clash. Others call it a lesson. Many call it overdue. Ariana Grande refuses to be talked over on live TV. Joy Behar taken aback after Ariana stands her ground. A masterclass in setting boundaries. Fans praise Ariana's composure. She didn't yell. She didn't insult. She just stood firm. Others debate Joy's role. She's always done this. At least she listened. Growth matters. Clips of the audience applause are shared repeatedly, slowed down, analyzed. Commentators pause the video to count interruptions. Media critics argue about tone, about generation gaps, about live television etiquette. Ariana posts nothing that day. No subtweets. No victory lap. Joy, later that evening, mentions the moment briefly on social media. Live TV isn't always comfortable. Conversations matter. That post gets reactions too. Mixed but thoughtful. The next morning, talk radio breaks it down. Podcasts dissect the exchange. Morning shows replay the clip while hosts debate whether moments like that help or hurt discourse. Producers quietly take notes. Behind the scenes, staffers from other shows message Ariana's team. She handled that incredibly. Younger viewers post videos saying, I wish I could speak up like that at work. Teachers, therapists, managers reference the clip. Ariana eventually shares a simple message with her followers. Speaking up doesn't have to be loud to be firm. Joy addresses it again days later in an interview. She made her point, and she wasn't wrong. The moment doesn't disappear, but it also doesn't explode into a scandal. Instead, it lingers. It becomes a reference point, something people point to when conversations about respect, interruptions, and women's voices come up again. And they always do. What people remember most isn't the tension, it's the restraint. The way Ariana never insulted, never shouted, never stormed off. She stayed. She spoke. She held her ground. And live television did what it rarely does anymore. It showed something unscripted. Uncomfortable. Real. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Was Ariana right to call it out in the moment, or should she have let it go? Share their opinion in the comments and subscribe to the Star Talks for more real talk show stories.